Did you see what the winners of
Who cited? Who cited freedom of speech?
The horrifying.
Hey. Hey.
Well, well, well. Well, 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 and here we are. Here we are, and here I am, and here you are, and here... Hello. So this music's pretty good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm a big fan of the stoner metal rock thing that people enjoy. We're almost ready to go here. Just got to clean off my L glasses, though. Well, hello. Hi. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. And hello, and hello. What's up? What's up, yo? As they say on the streets. Here we are again. It is December 17th. And it's Wednesday. Today is day 2 without the my ADHD medication, so I am feeling real gross. If you don't take your ADHD medication, it makes you feel like dirty, I guess? Like not clean or not I don't know, I guess I'd say like fuzzy maybe. It makes you feel fuzzy. I don't know. It's weird. And it sucks and I don't like it. So, you know, I think the pills are probably coming tomorrow, so I'm not going to be too long without relief, but you know, today's going to suck. I'm going to feel like my brain is just not activated. Which is fine. It's not like I'm doing anything exceptionally mentally intensive or anything. But if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to. And that's just, you know, a shame. Alright? So, actually what I want to change this to... Hang on one second. I gotta clean off my glasses because I accidentally grabbed them by the lenses. Got them a little bit smudged. I want to try out this co-working category. Co-working and studying. Because this might actually be a place where I end up finding people that, you know, that I'm looking for. I think it's funny. The joke here is that I say I'm hiring and then immediately say unpaid. That's a joke. It's true, but it's a joke. It's meant to be funny. Yeah. Well, here we are. Might as well just start the stream while I'm cleaning my glasses off. So, hello, I'm Goose. Hi. I am also known by many other names. One of which is my actual name, which is TJ. That's not my actual, that's the name that I use. You can call me TJ if you'd like. You can call me any variation of TJ. But I'm also known as Goose. On here I'm known as Goose anyway. My channel on YouTube is called Silly Goose's Spooses, although I recently changed it so that the Twitch and YouTube channels would be homogenous. A little easier to recognize, I think. Just in case, you know. Just that I'm creating that consistent through line from place to place. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that we can create consistent through lines at all times. Always looking for that consistent through line. Chi-chi. Bam. I'll even protect you. Because she is definitely gonna fall off. Good. Alright, so hey Amy, what's going on? Sorry, I was baby talking my pups for a moment. She's good. She's settled. She settled in. She settled in. Oh, what else? I was just giving a short intro about myself. We left off at I'm Goose. Hello, I'm Goose. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. I'm cleaning my glasses as well, so I may be distracted a bit. And today on the stream we're going to be doing some more fishing. I have gotten the fishing fever, if you will. I have gotten the fishing bug. I don't know how many loose metaphors I can apply here, but whatever it is, whatever the disease is that causes one to want to fish, I got it. Of course I do. I get it in real life every now and again. And let me tell you how much more convenient it is to not have to buy a license with physical money when I can just buy it with fake electronical money and just go fishing in like Russia or some shit. You know? That's the future. That's innovation right there. Alright? That's true innovation. So hopefully, that hasn't gotten boring yet. Hasn't gotten boring for me. Keep catching some increasingly bigger lunkers. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Today's Work Wednesday, if you didn't know. And what do we do on Work Wednesday but talk about work things? Amy, if you are so inclined, you can mention what you do for a living, and anyone who happens to join can mention what they do for a living, and we can all make a Franken job out of it, if you'd like. But also, it's just nice to have that, be a part of the community. You know what? I'm a doctor, lawyer, and a fireman, and a engineer, civil engineer. Right? What I mean, it's a bit of a multi-hyphenate. That's a bit of a mouthful. I don't think that anyone is actually all of those things, but someone could be. And if they are, we got to leave the door open, you know? Because that'd be a pretty influential job to have all those titles at the same time, let me tell you. I don't know where I was going with that. Anywho, you may notice I've accumulated some stubble. It's more than just a 5 o'clock shadow. It's keeping my face warm during these months that get colder and colder. So my check-in for today is pretty quick and simple, very quick and easy, less painful, more of a funny thing to other people, a frustrating thing to me. To me, I had an email from my rental company, probably yesterday, day before, something like that. So they recently did an inspection, which they did in order to check and see that it was just for the smoke detectors and whatnot, like making sure that everything's still connected. Basically, what they want to do is they just want to make sure that people aren't tampering with the safety devices. So they'll schedule inspections. I know that. Like, my father-in-law was a landlord, and so I was interested in it for a while because he had some good things to say financially about it. And so I did some research and determined I did not want to be a landlord. But also, I learned some of the sneaky tactics that some landlords tend to come up with in order to try and catch their tenants in lease violations. And so what happened was, they said that they were going to come by for an inspection, and they left a very large window open, which I thought only like cable installers and plumbers used to do, but apparently that's everybody now. And it was between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is really fucking stupid. And so they came in and made nice, did the small talk, and took pictures of the appliances, and it seemed like everything was just fine. And then they left. And I didn't hear anything about it for another couple of days until I got an email saying, "You are in lease violation. This is a 24-hour notice saying that we're going to come and inspect the property again sometime in January." Talking about how And this is our first and only lease violation in 10 years. And they explained that I'll see if I can pull up their exact words without doxing myself. I don't have any other displays open right now, so it should be fine. Gmail. My Gmail account. Amy, how you been? How are the holidays? Are you going to be doing anything for them, or is what's going on over there in Amy Town? Okay, so the violation is this: stovetop and bathtub were not clean at time of inspection. Now I don't know if anyone out there has ever had a thing like that. A very simple sentence that can cut so deeply. Clean bathtub and stovetop. Maintain its cleanliness throughout tenancy. This assumes, now anyone hearing this from the outside, well, you're not doing Christmas, are you doing any other kind of holiday celebration? You're just going to take it easy? I think anyone who sees this from the outside would assume that I'm a filthy pig and that I just let rot and grime build up. No, sir. I'm actually a fairly storied career chef who has had to work within state guidelines, whose house is certified as a commissary kitchen, by the way. I have to go through inspections for that. Feels petty. Feels really like a personal attack. Or like they were really specifically trying to just kind of nitpick on something. And so I'm pretty angry about that. I'm gonna have to like find some malicious compliance, you know, sort of thing. So, yeah. I don't know. It is just another day. I understand. I agree with that. And yeah, you don't have to give money to big companies. I think what we did, I mean, we're weird. We mostly just buy like from people at like craft fairs and shit when we do like holiday gifts and stuff. Oh, now, as if you're doing Christmas dinner but you're not doing Christmas, then I think you can be forgiven because Christmas dinner is the most important part. And if you have a ham, you're already starting pretty good. I would say I am a big fan, probably top 10 fans worldwide of ham. All right? Don't try and verify that, but I think I'd be safe making that claim. I am a big ham fan. Big ham fan. Quite the fan of ham, I must say. And honestly, I'll have it just plain like the German style, the Hofbrau style, where you just have like big slabs of ham. You cut just like however much ham you want off there, and then you just like put whatever, like gravy, mashed potatoes, sauerkraut, whatever you like, anything that you like, you just kind of put that on there and you eat the whole. Oh, ham is so good. I don't think I would have assumed that the hiring thing would be a funny enough thing that people would be interested. I don't know. We'll leave it up. It's like I'm fishing for viewers. But you know what I mean? Like I think it's quirky and fun, but it might seem a little like dry. And I'm not going for dry. I guess I am kind of going for dry, but only in its best sense, if you will. We'll change it later if I feel like I'm harping on it too much in my own brain. I think it's funny. I'm hiring unpaid. Mildly. Like eating something spicy kind of dries out your mouth a little bit. Or like smoking a very small bowl. Start out with the easy one. Only spend 200 and hopefully make a... The key to, like, any investment you make is to try and make a return on that investment. And if you can't, you're probably doing something wrong. But we're going to go ahead and keep working with the what? Bass jig. It actually isn't catching bass as much as I would have hoped. I'll have to find that joke for you. How dry do you want it like the desert? What? I guess I don't. Oh, so it's a reference. If it's a salacious reference, then of course I'm probably not going to get it. Salacious. Because I know in Broad City, there's a scene where she's trying to get it on with 2 other individuals, and the guy tries going down on her. He says, "It's dry as the Sahara down here." So I mean, I figure there's some component of that to the joke, but I don't have an additional frame of reference. That is, I would say, one of my favorite things that people do on guitar. Is that thing, the quick picking where it goes like that. Ah. Chef's kiss. Maybe turn up the music, because it's so good. Okay, I assume on Discord. I assume that is a Discord bound message. This reminds me of a band I really like called Black Gate. Black Wall. Black Mask. I think it's Black Mask. No, not Black Mask. That's a Batman villain. I don't know. I don't know what they're called. Black something. And they're really good. The music video is actually really good. I didn't realize that I hadn't switched the scene. You were just looking at my face while I was fishing. It's okay, though. I've only been fishing for about 30 seconds, so it's not that big a deal. But that, to me, was pretty hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. Good. Okay, so this is a really pretty funny video that shush. So essentially, this video is a... That's not what I wanted to do. Someone is this squished? It's not supposed to be squished. So, this video... No! There we go. Why does it cut off the bottom, though?
The horrifying truth is that you can't spot a psychopath until after.
So they're trying to determine how you spot a psychopath.
You could have the 50 best behavior profilers in the world, the top 50, and 99% we would be inaccurate in predicting who is a psychopath and who's not. They're so hard to spot. I teach a course for women.
Okay, so clearly, right off the bat, there's an issue here. So, okay, this may be me being a little bit old-fashioned, but I don't think that it's a good precedent for a guy to be trying to say what women should be doing in a societal situation. And this is what we're talking. He's talking about, like, protecting yourself from a psychopath. Like, what kind of course can you teach that's going to teach women how to not be susceptible to a psychopath if you can't determine who's a psychopath, you know?
How to spot narcissists on a first date.
How to spot
That's a lot
narcissists.
easier. Where if you ask them about an
Isn't that just like
relationship, everything is someone else's fault. They're
so that's
always the victim.
so that's a component, right, of psychopathy, but is not the chief component and is not a determining factor in and of itself. So okay, fair enough, but you should probably
Narcissists
be teaching those
never
other
have
stressors.
Friends that are local. They'll never have local people that are their friends. They're always out of town. My friends are in another city, so they have a hard time maintaining relationships. So you'll see a lot of that, and that's like the number one trend. You'll see very.
So I just thought this was interesting because it showed up on my feed, and I feel like it's another one of these like classic examples of someone who's trying to sound authoritative or like they're a specialist or a special, I don't know, like a voice that everyone should listen to on a certain topic. But like he's saying stuff that he's seen in movies or read in John Grisham novels, you know, like he's not, I don't know, he's not speaking from firsthand experience, or I don't know, it's weird. What about the friend you start telling a story to, they interrupt, they say, oh my god, I've had that happen too, and here's what happened to me. Yeah, I mean, it's and on the other side of that, just because a person has, like, you know, friends or like that aren't local, or like there can be all kinds of different personality traits that a person could have that could be both obnoxious like you're describing, and then just everyday run-of-the-mill, like moving around a lot. That means that they don't have good social support networks. It doesn't mean that they're a narcissist necessarily. And conversely, it could be that somebody that does something like that is a narcissist, but not, you know, having only local or having no local friends.
Similar things with psychopaths. And psychopaths are attracted to large cities. In one breath, he says, we can't pick psychopaths out of a lineup. And in another breath, he says, oh, psychopaths usually do this. How do you have a set precedent if you don't know who's a psychopath and who's not? That's why psychopathy was so hard to determine up to now and exceeding now. Because nobody ever comes to a psychiatrist's office and says, hey, doc, I think I might be a psychopath, because their entire personality profile actively prohibits them from admitting that they're a psychopath to anyone, even themselves. So it's very hard to conduct studies on an entire subset of people who, by design, wish to remain anonymous and blend into a crowd. So it's weird to be speaking with any kind of authority, especially in this self-contradictory manner. Dr. Robert Hare has done most of the research on psychopaths. In my analysis, I think that cities are not...
That should tell you something. If one person has done the majority of research on an entire pathology, then there's probably something wrong with the comprehensiveness of the knowledge of that pathology. So perhaps that should have told you something.
Just attracting psychopaths, I think that cities are helping to manufacture them. In the book I have a chapter in there called Psychopath Factories, where I talk about the elements.
No. Psychopaths are born, sociopaths are made. That is how it has always been. People, that's not just a term. Nature versus nurture is not just a term. Like, people apply that to different stressors that lead to different pathologies, one of which could be psychopathy, but again, people don't get diagnosed for psychopathy. They get diagnosed for components of psychopathy, and then you have to kind of make the determination of whether or not that fits the criteria, because again, you by design, your entire personality is a deceit, is a measure in trying to fool other people. So it's not a good thing. It's feels stupid to try and be like, oh, well, psychopaths are this, psychopaths are that.
Of a city and how it manufactures psychopathy.
That's just not a thing. You can't turn someone into a psychopath. That's just the way that their brain is wired. You can, through cycles of abuse and trauma, turn somebody into a sociopath, thus eliminating their capacity for empathy and their right and wrong centers. Sure. Absolutely. A brain damage can diminish that. So, I mean, that's absolutely possible. Sure. But it's not common. And it's not usually how or why people do things. So strange. What was that band I was thinking of? They popped into my head and then I lost them. It was, who cares? Let's see what else is on my feed. This is just my algorithm. I was just flipping through shorts. So let's see what's next.
What are you doing?
Testing this little motor here.
You need to get out, please.
Why?
Can't be in the lake.
Why?
Supposed to, you can't be in the lake.
The lake says no fishing, no swimming. Doesn't say anything about kayaking, right? It's right there. It's clearly there.
I know.
So,
So you gonna stay in the water?
the police was here the other day.
You
Ay,
cited
ay, ay.
freedom of speech in that. Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think,
So I can tell you right now that clip is going to try and paint Jordan Peterson in the favorable light, but that's it's an indefensible position that you take when you are saying that freedom of speech should allow you freedom from seeing or experiencing things that you don't like. That's not what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech is freedom to do things, not a freedom from things other than discrimination. The freedom from things is what's outlined in the rest of the Constitution. That's where you talk about how you don't get any undue search and seizures, where you can't be compelled to incriminate yourself. Those are the things that are freedom from things. Freedom to do things is set forth in the First Amendment, and that's where we are able to say things about what we disagree with, but we are not allowed to physically interfere in things that would be discriminatory or would be impedimentary or whatever. We can't keep people from existing. That's not what freedom of speech is supposed to be about. That's weird.
you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having.
You can be offensive. You are allowed to be offensive. Any person is allowed to be offensive. It's not a great way to be. This is called Fishing Planet, and it's free to play. And you get drops if you're watching on Twitch. You can get drops. I don't know. I gotta put it on the thing. I think I'll put it on the thing. Because I think if I have Fishing Planet put as a category, it enables drops, but I'm not sure. It might only do that if you, or it might do that otherwise, like if you have something else. But I put it as the category just in case. So yeah, if you decide to download it, then you can get there's fishing packs. It gives you like thousands of bucks, which the average cost of a, hang on, I'll reel this puppy in and we can take a look at the shop. The average cost of the rods and reels and stuff is like thousands. It's like maybe a couple thousand, 5,000, something like that. It's not a lot, but it's also not cheap. But if you prefer, like I do, to fish in places like Texas or Colorado or Oregon, then you really won't miss it because travel costs are really inexpensive. So starting rods and reels, 500, and just for the drops alone, I got like 70,000 bucks. So you can definitely experiment a lot with just the drops from Twitch. Oh, I unlocked a couple of these newer ones. This might be the one that I have. No, it's a Featherlight. Oh shit. I have more than enough to get the Gary Scott Caesar. Although it's a casting rod. The longer the rod, or not the longer, the more rod, the higher level rod you get, the more designed for, bigger fish. Because it's obviously, it's progressive the whole time. So you're just trying to get better rods so you can get better fish, so you can get better rods so you can get better fish. And that goes with all of the tackle, obviously. Yeah. It's surprisingly accurate feeling in the way that like the casting and stuff works, and then like catching a fish feels pretty realistic. Like tactile feedback would be awesome. But I don't want to expect too much from my free-to-play fishing game, I expect advertisements, I expect microtransactions, I expect all that stuff. Yeah, no, it's if you fish in real life, like if you do lure fishing, like spoons and spinners and stuff like that, it really feels like very accurate. Like the thing that I miss. Oh look, poo sniffer. I take it on good authority that you sniff poos. The only thing, I think the only thing that I would miss is the fact that I can't feel the spoon and the spinners engaging while I'm reeling it in, like you can feel them vibrating the pole. It goes brrr, brrr. Like I love that tactile feedback. That's why I like fishing with lures in the first place, because it's so engaging. Like you actually have work to do, like I love that shit. Of course, leave it to me, the perpetual nerd that loves to work when they're relaxing. That calls for a bowl. That calls for a specific bowl, a specifically ordained bowl by the cannabis gods. Before we get too stuck in. I'm feeling real good about this music today. God damn. This isn't, unfortunately, royalty-free music. This is royalty full of royalties. Though I don't monetize these streams, obviously, because I can't. But if that ever starts to happen, then we'll have to go to more copyright-free solutions. But I'm feeling it right now. I wish I was feeling the urge to rip and tear, but I don't think I have a game in my library that is a frenetic, fast-paced first-person shooter, such as Doom. And I've played Doom enough to kind of be over it at this point. Is that possible, to burn yourself out on a game you love? Yes, it is possible. I've done that many times. WoW being one of the prime examples of that. I love that game to pieces, and oh man, it just, the endless grinding because you had to have alt characters to stay competitive in raids, and like I have no doubt that it's failing. No doubt whatsoever. And like I had a raid team that I was a part of, but we would push not monos, what do you call it on WoW? It is heroes. We'd push heroics. Yeah, I don't know. So you had to have like 3 or 4 different characters geared towards 3 or 4 different things. So you had to have one for PvP, you had to have one for raiding, you had to have one for mat farming, and like have to like complement your professions on the other tunes, and even then you had to have mule tunes that would like be your bank bags essentially. Too much to have to maintain all at once for anyone who works for a living. And so it's great for kids. Those games are awesome for kids. But once you've graduated high school or even college, like let's say, if you're in college and you're part of a raid team, you still got to do your studies and shit like that. But you can still, you can hang and you can maintain it. But hell no, not working like 1 job, let alone 2. No, sir. Instant no, sir, to me, I say. To me, I say. To that. To me, I say to that. I want to
Right
have
now.
Jordan Peterson up on the
You know,
screen
like
for
you're
as
certainly
little of
willing to
time as
risk
possible.
offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Well,
I'm
you
very
get
glad
my
that I have
point. No, but you
exercised
get
my
my
freedom
point.
of speech.
But you're exercising your.
But that's the thing. It's not like that. That is not the dynamic that's happening right now. People are saying, I should be able to exist and I don't care if that offends you. The other people are saying, we're going to put as many people in places of power so that when we say we don't want you to exist, we can actually put that into action. That's not what anybody on the other side is saying. They're not saying, we're going to shut you down if you don't accept that I'm a trans person. That's not what people are saying at all. Instead, they're saying, well, all right, well, if you guys want to erase us from the map, like you want to either claim that we don't exist or kill us at the worst, the absolute worst, then we're going to try and make laws that protect us. That's it. That's the sides of this argument. The people who want a entire percentage of the population to not be able to be who they are, and then you have the other people who are simply trying to pass laws to protect those people. Both sides are equally corrupt. Both sides are equally fucked. Both sides are equally out of touch. But there's only one side that is trying to protect people. And the other side only protects pedophiles. Jordan Peterson has made an art out of never answering questions directly or being honest about the position he holds on subjects. Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know, so one of the reasons why... Copy current address. Hell yeah! Okay, I can probably change this. I don't know if putting this as the URL is going to work. Okay, it might work. It might work. Is this just bringing in the website? Is that what's happening? We'll put that back when I can figure it out. So the crux of the issue was that I wasn't able to get the chat overlay to read both YouTube and Twitch chats, but I'm sure there's something in Stream Elements that I can copy for the source that'll let me do that. I just have to actually do it when I'm off stream, and you know, sometimes you just ain't at the time of the day. But we can put this a little, you know, we can change things around to make it a little more viewer friendly. What is this? What? The entire display was... Why didn't anybody tell me I had a black bar at the bottom? You guys are supposed to keep an eye out on those things. Apparently it was like that for like the last, what, week? I'm professional. I'm a professional person. Alright, I'm gonna smash this bowl. Smoke them if you got them. Cheers. All right. Man, it feels like everything's moving slower. I ordered my ADHD pills, and they got hung up over a couple of days. And so now I am on day 2 without my pills, and things are wonky. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. So yeah, it's not about being offended. It's about trying to legislate people out of existence.
Freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
You haven't sat there and
That's not what he does, though. He tries to educate people into having those views. That's the problem, is he's spreading mis and disinformation to increase hate on an already marginalized group of people.
I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Ha, gotcha.
you cited freedom of speech.
But,
and
oh
why
god,
should
but
your-
that's not a there was no gotcha. There was no gotcha there. She was trying to make sure that she doesn't misspeak. Like, why the fuck do people see anyone pausing to take a thought as like, oh man, they had to do all these mental gymnastics. Oh man, they really glitched out there. Oh man, when confronted with the truth, they couldn't really handle it. Oh, their brain shut down. God. People are so gullible.
Did you see what the winners of XAI Hackathon produced?
No, and what the hell is XAI Hackathon?
Agree.
anyways?
It's Elon's AI company. They hosted a hackathon, and these 3 students from the University of Waterloo won because they made an AI that seamlessly weaves ads into the show you are watching instead of having to get interrupted to go watch ads on a separate screen. They claim that it is going to match your preferences and be perfectly timed.
Isn't that aggressively illegal to do to actors unless they've agreed to that? And hold on, isn't that just 1950s
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's just product placement.
product placement?
Yes, and yes, but the difference is it's shittier this time because it's not even real life.
Who the hell is going to enjoy that?
And you have to
Instead of
pay
being
to, like,
annoyed that you have to
Figure
watch
out how to add that
it, you
in?
get jump scared and then extra annoyed because you're realizing it's an ad.
The only people who think that this is a good idea are the marketers and the tech bros who are reinventing the wheel thinking they've made the next billion-dollar idea.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how streaming services.
Do you know what I would do if someone did that to me? I would kill him. I wouldn't hesitate.
If you keep making that face, it's gonna freeze like that. I've been making that face for 53 years now. I'm still waiting. The hell, I wish it would have frozen, then it wouldn't look so old today.
Does she have a point?
Okay, I hate this guy.
If you would shoot someone because they try to steal your dog, that means you value a dog's life over a human's life.
See, now that's just faulty logic. It's not that I've decided that a human being's life is worth less than baby girl here. No, they've decided that their life is worth less than baby girl, and I just didn't disagree with them. Does she have a point?
If you would
So, seemingly harmless and wholesome, right? I'm trying to see if there's a good representation of this guy. Oh, here we go.
Something has significantly changed over the last, certainly the last decade, but I would argue over the last several decades in terms of how we've gone about immigration policy. And Trump's comments about Somalia and the travel bans and stuff like that, I think are emblematic of a consensus that, in the grand scheme of things, is actually a pretty recent consensus, is starting to break down now.
Well, to that point, I think we need to acknowledge that this wasn't just another press conference and this isn't just another catalyst. Something significant has just happened. And part of it is because of these conditions with respect to immigration. Part of it is because the narratives we've all been required to regurgitate, right? We've been required to say, immigrants built this country and diversity is our strength.
Already, I think you can see my problem.
And if you don't believe that, then you're a mean person, you're a xenophobic person, you're a bigoted person. How dare you? So now
Notice he didn't say anything about taking legal action against you, silencing you, ending your freedom of speech, or anything like that. So let's just rehash what he said real quick.
Something significant has just happened. And part of it is because of these conditions with respect to immigration. Part of it is because the narratives we've all been required to
the narratives that we've all been required to remember.
Regurgitate.
Right? Regurgitate.
We've been required to say immigrants built this country.
So we're required, some force who governs us has now required us to say, they're requiring us, we are obliged to say, through perhaps force or some, legislative something, I don't know,
and diversity is our strength,
that immigrants built the country, which they did. How the fuck else do you explain all the big buildings and infrastructure getting built in as little time as it did? New York popping up in the amount of time it did? And subsequent, like because of the Irish and Asian, immigration waves. And like, even around the time of Ellis Island, right? It was what, 1900? No. When was that? I don't remember. 1800? I don't know. Even around the time of Ellis Island, you still had like advertisements for people to come here to help build the country. So like, it's just very strange that we have such a very clear level of like rewriting history at hand, and all to explain what they're saying is a big significant change that's happening.
And if
in
you don't believe that,
banning travel from brown people countries,
then you're a mean person, you're a xenophobic person, you're a bigoted person. How dare you?
And the entire narrative that they've been saying this entire time has been, oh, you guys are killing our people because we disagree with you. You guys are the real Nazis, even though you call us Nazis. You're all racists. You're all bigot. Like, they're just throwing everything that we say back at us. And it's all about violence. It's all about generating fear over the left side of the aisle. People on the left, they're all violent Antifa extremists who are going to bomb things and burn down cities. That's the whole thing. But here, because he's under obligation to keep things out of like slander territory and he can't legally lie, he has to put the real label on it and say, oh, you're a bigot, you're an or you're a xenophobe, like, oh, we get attacked verbally all the time, it's such a shame, because he doesn't want to lose any of this money that he's getting from fleecing people.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to analyze those claims. We're not just going to take them for granted anymore. We're going to analyze these claims. And the way we're going to do it is we're actually going to look at the stats. We're going to look at the stats.
See, already you've lost the entire argument. You've lost the entire argument. If you can't explain it in a surface level summation that you can support that immigrants didn't build the country, then do so. If you can do that, then do so. If you can't do that, then you're either stupid or intentionally misleading people. And it's okay. We can always share more information. But if you're intentionally misleading people, then you need to be off of YouTube or wherever the fuck else you're making this hornswoggle.
Pre-colonial area in the United States, like pre-13 colonies, we're going to look at what was the process of people coming over to North America, coming over to what is now the United States, forming through the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, immigration throughout the United States. We're going to look at all of that. We're going to look at those stats, and we're going to answer the question.
He doesn't even know what he's saying. He's tripped over that sentence like 3 times. It got stuck. You know how like if you're walking through like your kid's room, or if you're walking through like a hallway and like there's a toy or something, and it gets into that one specific position where it's like your one foot kicks it into the other foot, and then you start to trip, and then the other foot like skids and then kicks the thing back under your other foot, so you kick it back under the other foot, and so you do this like bicycle sort of tripping motion all the way down the hallway until you either recover or fall down on your face. That's what he did with that sentence just there. Ah, fucking shit! Thank you for the follow, Lil Mike, Lily Mike, and for scaring the shit out of me. My heart is beating real fast.
Did immigrants build the country and its diversity our strength? So the first thing that we're going to take a look.
Now, I hate to get extra nerdy here, but I'm just gonna look it up. And because you never know, you know, maybe he's like doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know, you know. It could be. I don't want to. It might be really hard to do the research. There might not be enough empirical evidence out there to know. So I want to grant this guy just a quick benefit of the doubt. All right. Just a quick little benefit of the doubt. Did that alert come up on screen? It's supposed to have a goose walking. I think it did, but I just want to make sure. Because the sound certainly came on. I can tell you that much, Lila Mike. The sound certainly happened. Oh, did it? Immigrants and migrants filed labor demands of the new industrial order transforming the nation. Between 1882 and 1914, approximately 20 million immigrants came to the United States. Mass immigration from Eastern and Southern Europe dramatically altered the population's ethnic and religious composition. I mean, you know, I'm just throwing it into the universe. Okay, so your answers, Google, don't have to be so targeted. All right? Gosh darn it. I mean, what source should I look at? You know, what? I'm sure, you know, probably the one that I was reading from, perhaps. I'm just going to speed read this real quick. So it seems like, and forgive me if I sound like I'm completely new to the discussion over immigration, but it sounds like throughout American history, people have been immigrating. A lot of people. And it almost seems like, you know, people came here to find better lives and to help develop infrastructure and help develop the fledgling nation. Even, you know, like, it just, I don't know. It just kind of seems like people really, you know, came from other places to live here. And I feel like that should be called immigration, right? That should fit under the definition of immigration. Forgive me if I'm just kind of speaking sideways here, but I that's what I was under the impression of. Okay? Okay? Yeesh. Most have been farmers, industrial jobs, a place to see industrial jobs. Like, I mean, if you didn't have people pouring steel into girders, then you wouldn't have the buildings. Am I right? Just saying. Like, all the it makes me feel like people who claim that, like this fucking peanut, just don't, like, they're so out of touch that they don't think that it's possible that there's a relationship between the person that creates the steel and the person that uses the steel to build the thing. He could be thinking like, and I don't know how anyone can look at today, the makeup of the work market today, and see immigrants and, like, you know, people who don't necessarily speak Spanish or speak English natively working on these things and say, oh no, immigrants didn't build our company or our country. Nah. Nope. No, sir. Mm-mm. And so, like, it's crazy to me.
Look at here is we're going to look at, I don't think we got this one, but do we have one pre-colonial?
Unfortunately, there's no hard statistics on it, but you can talk about generalities on this.
Go ahead and take it away with this graph.
Nice.
Yeah,
So the whole thing
this
is just...
graph shows immigration by region to the United States.
You
from
can talk
1820
generally
to
on it.
2020. So it's a 200-year period. 1820, about a generation after we got our independence. Now, if you look at American history before our independence, the Federalist Papers actually talks about this. John Jay was asked, who are the American people? What is this country? And he's like, we're bound together by a common culture, tradition, language, history. We are one people from one land. And what he meant by that was, we're English. So, you know, Tina was bringing up earlier that...
What does that have to do with anything?
They're coming from other parts of the world. They're bringing their culture with them. That's a very common thing if you think about it throughout history.
And that's okay if it's a great culture.
When
Really? Oh, so there are some cultures that just aren't good.
We're not allowed to notice that.
Well, you're right. But one way to think about it is when the English settled at
You're doing it right now. You're trying to erase that part of history right now. So yes, clearly you're allowed to do that. You dummy.
In the early 1600s. They didn't become Powhatan Indians when they landed at Jamestown, right? They were English. They stayed English even though they were 3,000 miles across the Atlantic. And so you look at the way that immigration, you know, patterns follow. This is a common thing throughout history. When the Germanic tribes crossed the Rhine River in the early 5th century into Gaul, which was part of the Roman Empire at the time, they didn't become Romans. And the Romans were excellent assimilators. The Romans were the Greeks into Romans. So, like, you know, Greeks, Egyptians,
through
Syrians,
conquest,
Etruscans, they were excellent at assimilating. But when you have a mass movement of people, right, you don't have like one or two individuals, you have entire tribes, you have whole nations that are moving in. When the Franks and the Visigoths and the Vandals and the Ostrogoths, you know, and the Alans and the Burgundians came into Gaul and into Hispania and eventually
what are we talking about right now?
Italy, they didn't become Romans.
What are you doing?
They became Germans in a different area. And that was the end of the Western Roman Empire. It just disintegrated because the Romans were replaced by a different group of people that weren't Roman and recognized that they weren't Roman. And there was no assimilation pressure. Likewise, when the English came to Jamestown, they didn't become Indians. They were English. And they stayed English, and they rebuilt something that was very similar to England on a different continent. They were 3,000 miles away, and yet they were still English. John Smith was still English. He didn't become Indian. And they constructed a legal
What the fuck are you talking about?
Even their architecture was similar to the English. Now, over time, they became something different. This is the process of what you would call ethnogenesis. It's the creation of a new group of people. In the same way that when the Germanic tribes came into the Roman territory in the 5th century, they weren't Germans forever. The Vandals became, you know, the Visigoths became the first layer of what became modern-day Spain.
What on earth? Where's the information in this?
Over time. The Ostrogoths, when they came into Italy,
I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm whining, but goddamn! Get to the goddamn point!
Than Romans.
Nobody gives a shit!
Groups of people can emerge over time. The English, as a term, as we understand them, they didn't exist 2,000 years ago. They were Celts and Romans that were living there. But the English today are the combination of many somewhat related and somewhat different groups of people living in the same area, intermarrying, together, and building a collective identity.
How does this apply to fucking America?
The same thing happened with Americans.
Right? No, it didn't.
Came over, they colonized Jamestown, and it was almost entirely English immigration for hundreds of years.
What?
So that was a long.
He just got done talking about how a bunch of different people came together in a new nation and didn't call themselves the members of that nation. He's using that as his argument. But he was arguing the opposite.
Did answer of
what's
the
happening?
Colonial era, but before independence, America was effectively 100% English. It was 100% English and Protestant, not even just Catholic.
It was overwhelmingly English or the British Isles, and then this is also illustrative of the fact that when you look at the signers of the Declaration of Independence, signers of the Declaration, 56 signers, 48 of the 56 signers were born in America. The remaining 8 were immigrants born in Europe. 2 were from England, 2 from Ireland, 2 from Scotland, 1 from Northern Ireland, 1 from Wales. And then of the 48 that were born in the United States, they were overwhelmingly British. Right?
What?
With some of Scottish, Welsh, or Irish. So again, it's part of the larger British Isles or Great Britain. So
who the fuck
here's
cares?
what's important to understand. The other thing that's different is when we talk about immigration versus.
Oh my God! I think I know what's happening. I think I know what's happening here. He's not. I don't think that he's gonna like go up to the time of like the Industrial Revolution when we actually started like becoming a superpower. I think on the road to being a superpower, like really ramping up our production of things. I think he's because he said, do you have any stats pre-colonial? I think he's gonna focus on that as being when the country was built, and he's going to try and build up evidence for that. I don't think he's going to try and address the very clear case where, when our actual country was getting started, when infrastructure was being implanted and when we were, expanding out in other territories. He's not going to talk about that because the Chinese built our entire rail system, and slaves, black slaves, and who did the majority of our textile crop harvesting? Come on. And who does the majority of service jobs, throughout the majority of history? For real, how do you get this out of touch?
Okay, I as an individual can immigrate to your country, right? And now I'm an immigrant to your country. And presumably what I do by immigrating is I come over to your country and I assimilate into your country. Now, I bring my personality, I bring my cultural traditions and things like that, but ultimately yours is the culture which dominates that. Settling is different. Settling is when you actually go to an area that is not necessarily uninhabited, but there's not a great deal of development, there's not a great deal of, it may be inhabited.
What are the words that he's
from
saying?
Ireland, 2 from... Okay, I as an individual can immigrate to... Settling is different. Settling.
Resolve or reach an agreement about an argument or problem. Pay a debt or account. Adopt a more steady and secure style of life, especially in a permanent job and home. Move with a group of others to live in a new country or area, especially one inhabited by people of a different ethnic or religious group, or one regarded as sparsely populated. Does it say... Now, I'm looking at all the definitions that I can in as short a time as possible, but does it necessarily say that settling means that you're trying to force people to live your life? Well, I bet you that's how he's going to define it.
You actually go to an area that is not necessarily uninhabited, but there's not a great deal of development. There's not a great deal of, it may be inhabited to some degree, but it's not like an overwhelming population.
No.
It's usually low population density.
No.
And this goes where you set up with colonies. It's the idea that...
No. Settling, again, according to the definitions, all the definitions that we looked at, just means when you go to a place with culture, different culture or ethnic backgrounds, and you live there, and you go and you live there. That's all it is. But you'll let him talk, I guess.
You're going to be an immigrant into something else which already exists. You're actually bringing your culture for the purpose of actually expanding that culture there. So it's important to understand that when we talk about immigration...
So that's exactly what he ended up doing. He said that we're bringing our culture there for the purposes of expanding our culture. That's not what settling is. Settling can be used in that way in a negative, like how a lot of people from Israel are trying to settle in Palestinian areas, and I think that's where he's taking his modern definition from. Doesn't matter. Still wrong. Immigration definition. The act of coming to live permanently in a foreign country. So he's applying a definition to immigration that doesn't belong there, and he's applying a definition to settling that doesn't belong there. So already we're on a little bit of a shaky ground for this guy. In credibility-wise.
The United States,
love the don't tread on me. Laptop fucking stickers. Oh, man.
This is not to discount the fact that there were independence. We're largely talking
that is
about
like that. Ooh,
this
that's
is
like
not
a
to discount
cool drink of
the fact that
water.
there
Oh,
were
I'm 100 feet out.
tribes here
I
in
should
the
probably
United
not just
States,
walk
or
away.
tribes of what became the United States. I get it. There was complex societies with respect to the Iroquois Confederation, but there was nothing with respect to the development of the population density that you saw in Europe. Does that make it right? We're not debating that right now. We're just saying what was. Okay. So you had.
So yeah, sorry, I got too stuck in, but this I just very much dislike that guy. And I wanted it to be really obvious why.
Why do you post every day when you barely get 100 likes?
100 likes means 100 people took the time to watch something I created. That may seem small.
Now, I don't care for these like self-aggrandizing shorts, but I do love a good recipe. It looks good, whatever it is.
I'm always blown away when my kids come talking about their. When I was 16, I won a great victory.
What the fuck?
I felt in that moment I would live to be 100. Now I know I shall not.
Chickens are chicken.
May I have your attention?
The best thing I ever decided to do was just be quiet. I have nothing to say. I'm not convincing anybody that I'm a great person, and I'm not trying to fix anything I didn't break.
Ah! He jumped right on.
Whatever you do is on you. You better hope you don't regret it.
Is it possible to be able to read a room?
Yeah. Okay. So if you're reading like a public area,
be able to read a room.
If I'm in a public area, I really want to pay attention to the slowest moving person in the room.
You just don't act like a dick. That's how you read the room.
And that's typically
keep your jokes to appropriate audiences.
And if I'm reading other people well,
I know he
I'm
means
also
like
making a lot of eye contact
from an interrogator, but
so
a lot of
that's
these people
also
don't
one
really
of the
know how to read the
fastest
room.
Ways to get a read on another human being is how often they're blinking, and if a person is blinking fast, it's a sign of high stress. If they're blinking really slow, it's a sign of focus. So it's not always relaxation. So if I talk to a psychopath in an interrogation or in a business negotiation, and they're very
but you'd never know.
So
you
we
would
call
never
that
know if
prey
the person you were talking to was a psychopath.
because they're going to manipulate somebody.
That's not
Their
how
blink
that
rate will
works.
almost be a 0. If I talk to somebody who's being deceptive, their blink rate can go up to like a 75, 80
Hilarious.
without us even knowing it. So one of the reasons that blink rate is so reliable is that it's unconscious. We don't realize the shifts in blink rate, and we don't manually control it very well.
You can if you're paying attention.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're reading like a public
So
area,
there, Mr.
let's go back
fucking
to the
body
airport.
language reader.
This.
Why doesn't this pile
You've
of
got to
cloth
watch
work?
this.
You've got to watch this.
Satan would kill.
I mean, aside from the fact that I don't really like the videos where people just kind of sit there and look at the video and just kind of nod.
God, if he could, but he can't. So
I also don't, I don't religion.
Why doesn't this pile of
If it was actually true that you could hire women and you could pay your workforce and save 20%, 30% on salary, wouldn't the companies just hire women? If it was actually true that you could just pay women less?
But for these large corporations that are governed and run by men,
What?
even-
Are they?
Yeah, yeah.
They're all governed by women. Look at the HR department.
The HR departments, hiring
If
departments.
you're talking about current
What
day,
the fuck are you
look,
talking about? What? What was his argument?
If I had a gun, I think we'd be about equal.
Yeah, but
or
if
a
he,
knife, or a spear, or swords.
but if he had
I
a
think we'd
gun,
be fine.
I don't think you would be equal. I think that
Because
that
men
starving
shoot better
person
than women.
who's male is still going to be 10 times more dangerous than you with a gun.
With a gun?
Yes, he's fat. He's going to be faster.
again,
He's going to be
this is
stronger. He's going to have
women
better
and men
predatory
have
instincts.
are like they are like
Sure. Why do you think that?
guns.
You're,
Like, there is
you're
like
thinking about this the wrong way.
uh-huh.
If I set you up right here,
Uh-huh.
okay, and we lay you down on a table and you have a rifle and the rifle's been sighted in, and all you have to do is aim it at the target and pull the trigger, you can do that equal to a man.
Yeah,
Totally agree. But if you have to carry that fucking thing for 60 miles and all the ammunition that comes with it and all of the equipment that you need to sustain yourself to survive in any sort of
God, he is
environment
just
with you,
flailing so hard right
you're
now.
going to have a huge problem. And the reason you're going to have
I mean, I hate to fucking destroy an argument that I can't say in real time, but like, motherfucker, if a person is good enough to aim head or center mass on anyone, they've probably traveled with the gun enough to be able to know that they can fucking carry it, you piece of shit. God damn. Why are you such a pussy?
A smart woman.
I hate to use that word as an insult. But man, that's the screaming insecurity is wicking off that man like a bedewed nectar of tiny penosity. Yeah, I think it was very eloquent. There you go. There you go. There's some eloquence for you.
One of the most influential lines in cinema is dropped in that scene from The Godfather, and it was improvised.
I'll kill him.
Not here, but in what Sonny, played by James Caan, is about to answer. A moment so crucial it was used in the casting process, like when De Niro auditioned for the role.
Hey, you know what you do when you knock somebody off? You take a gun, you shoot him right up against his fucking head.
But Caan made his own version of it, inspired by real-life gangsters in his Bronx neighborhood, and by Don Rickles.
This is a good jacket. You come in tomorrow night with cotton candy and you work the carnival.
What are you gonna do? Nice college boy, huh?
That is, one of my faves, movie-wise. Godfather. I haven't seen it in a while. But it is one of my faves. And everybody gotta have a fave of something, right? I don't think that's strictly true, but conceptually, don't try me. I think we'll throw out a couple more casts and then I will maybe switch to Battlefield. I don't know. I'm not feeling as energetic, probably because I am not on my pills, so I need something more stimulating, you know? You know what I mean? Perhaps some TDM. Mixed with a little bit of Rush. Some Domination. Less vehicular. Or not. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I feel like. I don't know. I wish that there was like a really fun single player game that I wasn't tired of at this point. I want to get a Cyberpunk save started for the stream, but that would be mostly I want to find the mod that lets you bypass all the intro stuff up until the first major story spoiler event. Because I think everyone's kind of already seen that. It's like in Fallout where people can like skip to wherever the Wellspring, I think, is the main area. I don't know. But yeah, I gotta find that and download it, and then I can start doing that. But until then, not just yet. Not just yet. So that's why the option is either it's really just Battlefield. That's really it, you know? I was thinking like a deck builder. Like all those casual indie games, I tend to just play like in the morning when I'm waking up. I'm a twitching. He's twitching. He's twitching it in. We're twitching it in. We're twitching it in. Twitching in. Look at that guy. Look at that fella. That pile of muck. Look at him. Look at him. Chase it. Chase it, you son of a bitch. Now, my guess is that those aren't like actual physical fish that you can catch. I think they're just meant to like indicate that the fish are biting. Like, oh, you know, hey, look over here, it's a fish. But I like to treat it that way because it's fun. And gosh damn it, I love having fun. Gosh mother freaking damn it. You're just joining, welcome. Though that hasn't been the pattern. I do hope that changes. Oh, yeah, nope, nope. I got overzealous. Nope. Those were weeds. Doing real good at catching weeds. It's definitely a mutant power that I've been able to attribute to myself. I could be an X-Man. I just catch all kinds of weeds everywhere I go. Even in open water, even in completely open water, my line will come up and there will be weeds attached to it. There you go. Proof in the pudding right there. Let's take a dip in some open water and see what's up. There's every chance there's going to be weed attached. We'll twitch it in. Gonna twitch it in. Sneak a little vertical jig in there. And it died. No, it's not dead. I'm kidding. It's not dead. It's not dead. The fish was like, oh. Did he get fooled? Probably. Fish are pretty dumb. I don't know if you knew that, but fish are they're very dumb. They're not very good at thinking about stuff, you know? Oh, damn. Is it a lunker? Or is he just a fighter? Come on now. I threw him over the bridge. Damn, 1.5 pounds. Baby. Baby boom. Baby babu babu bam be babu bop boop bop. Bada bee bop. Oh. Bada bee bop. Bing bong. Badam bee. Bada bee bop bing bong badami. Bada bee bop. I wish I was eating pizza right now. Pizza. All right, come on, bring it on in, bring it on in, bring it on in. Stop twitching it, stop twitching it. Hoo-ya! Get it? It's a double entendre. Double entendre. Get him. Give it a. We'll let this one be the last fish of this particular fishing section. Just because I do want to switch over to Battlefield. I'm falling asleep over here. I might, if I want to relax again, I might go back to it, but I need to pump my energy up a little bit. What is a... Should I keep the thing? Should I keep the thing? You know? Should I keep the thing? I think I should keep the thing. I don't know what thing either. Well, now I've lost it. I don't remember what the thing was in the first place, so... It doesn't matter. I think I'm just kind of... trying to focus on too many things at once. Damn it! Shush! Everybody shush! Pups, shush! They weren't saying anything. But it'd be cool if they were. I'm all on board for pups speaking human English. That'd be cool. I'm into it. Make it happen. Gods. Jesus. I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back. Ah, my legs and bones. Oh. Oh, my bones and legs. Why are you playing on the speakers instead of the mic? Battlefield, Mr. Battlefield? Battlefield mic? Did I really set that in the volume mixer like that? Did I really? There you go. Really? I mean, I'm still going to keep this music on just because I like it. So, if you don't like it, go suck an egg! Go suck an egg! Suck an egg! We're just going to take the safe route and put everything on low. And I do still want to take off the frame limiter, just in case, you know, just in case I get like a spike of VRAM just like injected straight into the system. Then you know I can be like, oh hey, you know, it's real smooth now for some reason. Look how smooth it is, you know. And when it's smooth, that's the move, is what I always say. I don't say that. I don't know who says that. I wish I did. I wish I did know. I don't know. Oh, God. What? I'm just gonna post this stuff on my socials real quick. because I didn't do that before. A thing on my desk that I merely touched with my hand scared me. I don't know why. It just did. Scared the crap out of me. Made me jump. What should be a Work Wednesday title for a Battlefield session? Work with work when war is work. That doesn't really. Let's say rush equals. Nobody cares about that. Wub. I wish I knew W words. Widget. Wacky. Wilma. William. Wild? Wild? Week. Week. A week. There's a week. There's 4 weeks. In a month. What else? Words. I think it'll be something having to do with war, right? Yeah, probably. My mind is blank. I got a blank mind. See, I told you this was going to happen. I told you, not being able to take my ADHD medication really slows down my brain. I'm like, it's a slug up there. It's not a brain, it's a slug. It's just a slimy, plippy ploppy slug. Shaking off the dust. Shaking off the dust. Come chill. Sounds good to me. And then probably do a different one for the YouTube one will stay the same, and then the X and the other ones will be different. And this playlist has lived its life. Okay. Taking pot shots. Sorry, hard to type and talk at the same time. Give me one moment. I think we did the information on Twitch. Did the X post? No, that's not right. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. Sorry about that. Alright, perfect. And then got that posted. And then we will get threads posted, and then we will jump into a game. So what I'm thinking is Rush will be good for just sniping and then we'll do TDM or other such CQC things for CQC weapons. That's what I'm thinking. Did I post that? Yep. Alright. I did like a little... I did like a little snake... I'm that one dude from the, Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter, y'all! That's right. Don't cyberbully me. That one I can turn off. Alright, we're good. And 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 maybe we'll have Breakthrough and Domination, or Breakthrough and Rush will be sort of the larger scale conflicts, and Team Deathmatch and Domination will be the smaller scale ones. That way we get a little bit of a variety. I'm not necessarily opposed to playing larger scale, I just, you know, I'm feeling some CQC right now, I want an excuse to use a shoddy. And then, kind of, yeah, I'll just have an excuse to use a sniper rifle when I done feels like it. And it doesn't seem like they've fixed the problem with drone controls. Unfortunately, so the drone controls, when I use them with arrow keys, it forces the drone to look up when I hit up, and forces it to look down when I hit down. So it's like it doesn't cooperate the way that it's supposed to. It's not good. It's not good, and so I can't use the drone. And like I am totally the kind of person who would be using that thing to like top the leaderboard. Just through spotting, you know, like just get all kinds of like reconnaissance ribbons, you know, be hitting all kinds of like platinum levels and ninja levels or whatever the fuck levels people got these days for these things. Meta progression. I don't know how kids speak. I don't need to know. I hate kids. Screw kids. Nope, no. I hate kids. Not hate. Hate's a very strong word. I don't hate. I don't like the presence of kids. There you go. That's a damn good way to say that. Generally, I do not like the presence of kids. Unless it's like, you know, my friends' kids or something like that, because those kids are generally pretty cool. I think once you get to a certain age, though, like the teen rebellious streak, I have friends whose kids are becoming like older teens now, like 17, 18, stuff like that. And they're I think that the kids were raised good. I don't know that I can conclusively call my friends, all of them, good parents. Because there have been, you know, some actions from some of them that I've disagreed with in their parenting decisions. But that's not my place to, you know, to speak on. But for the most part, I think my friends have been pretty good parents to their kids. And so their kids didn't turn out like assholes. But I have seen, like, kids that are like their kids' age in like public places, so like, you know, walking through malls or in you know, fast food places and stuff like that, and they're just pieces of shit, like just pieces of shit, like little stinky turds, little stinky pieces of turd shit out of butts, turd butt shit. All right, and yeah. You gotta find a way to make sure your kids don't grow up to be tiny little pieces of shit out of a butt. You gotta find a way. It's essential. You know? And so, yeah, like my friends' kids, I don't mind. They're okay. But most kids, ugh. I don't know why I got on the subject. Something about... What was it? Oh, damn, that's gonna kill me now. I don't know. Anywho, the controls have not changed, so I'm in a bit of a limbo drone-wise. Same goes with the WALLY. So I can't use... I can still use them, but it's difficult. I can't really use my favorite stuff, you know, the EOD bot is a favorite thing of mine. And then I've been wanting to see, I don't know if it's possible, but I've been wanting to see if you can get enough like momentum going to do a roadkill with the drone. Because with the MAV it used to be a thing, but you had to really get it going. Like you had to like kind of swoop in on a target. And it wasn't easy, but there were times, believe you me, there were times, the meaning of those times is ever escaping me. My brain. My brain. Hello, brain. If I only had a brain, you know? Shabbat shalom, motherfucker. No. It wasn't a Gravely voice, it was Arnold's voice. And it was baby? Shabbat shalom, baby. From the Critic TV show. Back in the Dizzy. Very funny. Quite hilarious, in fact. And it never got the acclaim that it should have. Because it got canceled after like 2 seasons. Right when he and the love interest started dating. That's how it always happens though, right? Whenever the will they, won't they ends up they did and they were always gonna. Audiences kind of like, they're like, alright, it's done. What else? What's next? What other stories do you have to tell? So, what can you do? You know? You can find other better stories to tell, I guess. I don't know what else you can do beyond that, but, you know, more power to you. Sorry, I'm building my next bowl here. Hey, yeah! You gotta get the Keith out of all the nooks and crannies so it doesn't gum anything up. Because otherwise you're gonna sit there with rubbing alcohol and you're just gonna be cleaning grinders all the time. And you know what? You should be eating grinders, not cleaning them. Like hoagies and grinders, not like... You shouldn't eat a piece of metal. If that needs saying, just, you know, just in case. Just in case. You never know. You know? And if you think you know, you don't, because you never know. But you never say never. Right? That's what Justin Bieber said, I think, at some point in his career. Never say never believe. Don't do it. Or was that Taylor Swift? Who was that? Who said never say never? Or was that like a boy band group? I don't know. You know what? Who cares? It was someone, and we'll never be able to deny that. Eras Tour. Jun, 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 jun. Jun, 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 jun. Oh, I've got a title. I've got a real good title. I just thought of it. Just thought of it right now. Just thought of it. And about to implement it. Thought about it. Implementing. Mission. Commence. Robot. Robot dinosaur. Because, you know, that's more badass. A robot dinosaur. Right? I think it is. I would say yes. I would say that a robot dinosaur is probably way more badass than a robot. Forgive me if you don't agree, but I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it. Robot dinosaur. Sorry about you. You know? Now I forgot what my title was going to say. Oh my god. That is just like me. I'll get it back. Pickles and bits. All right. The bowl is built. We did it. Whoop. Oh, yes. That's what it was. Okay. All right. I think I came up with a good one. We did it. We got there in the end. I mean, it's pretty crazy, you know? Whoa! I didn't know that a former chef was gonna play some Battlefield. Whoa! You know, whoa! Sure, crazy, right? Whoa! Right? Whoa! I didn't know that a chef ever would play Battlefield. But chefs don't play video games. They make food. Whoa! Crazy. See what I mean? That's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. When nobody laughs about it, when nobody seems to indicate that it's funny, that's how you know it's really funny. And I will not be silenced. Don't you goddamn cyberbully me. Don't you goddamn... I was cyberbullied within an inch of my life last night. Alright? So don't come at me. I don't want to go to the store. Maybe go to the store to get that. Oh, God. Nobody wants to go to the store if they don't have to. It's a well-known fact. Although, to be fair, TBF, or TBH, or TBV, XM satellite radio, you know, I don't mind going to the store. It depends. If I'm getting something I like beer or ice cream, those are the only two things I like. All right? The only two things I like. The only two reasons I'll ever go to the store is if I'm getting beer and or ice cream, but it must be both. It's never and or. That was a trick phrase. Beer and or ice cream. What the fuck kind of amateur hour bullshit you think's going on here? So I guess I won't fuss over it too much. I was just gonna switch between CQC combat or CQC build and sniper build. I don't care enough to fuss about it, so I'll just change things on the fly if I need to. I'm gonna smash this bowl because it is that time to smash this next bowl. As I literally just said, you know what? My brain's gonna be working even worse in a couple of minutes, so do not anticipate it getting any better. Probably tomorrow, when I'm actually able to have taken my medication. But it's like the withdrawals from not taking your ADHD medication are like not fun. Not fun. I don't recommend accidentally not ordering your next bottle of pills. Because even like waiting 2 days can be some bullshit. I feel like I'm trapped in molasses right now. And I have a splitting headache. Which is why I would prefer to be as stoned as possible most of the day. Unfortunately. Alright, cheers. Smoke them if you got them. I'm going to hit start as soon as I am done. So give me one moment here. Oh, look, he's getting stoned too. See that? He's hotboxing it. All right. Oh my gosh. My lungs. So work on that. Those widgets. See if I can get a proper source for them, browser source. And then I'll probably be able to have those back up for Tamari's stream. Tamari, I'll see you tamale. We're having chicken cordon bleus for dinner tonight because they're fucking delicious. We get them from Costco. So if you're at Costco and you ever see those frozen things, the chicken, ham, whatever, they're fucking delicious. So go buy them. Pay me, Costco. Pay me. That'd be cool. Man, I bet you Costco's sponsorship deals, ooh, those would be fucking sick. Who knows? I'll never know. Sorry for making so many mouth noises. I know this is not an ASMR stream, but, you know, some people have really sophisticated headphones, and hearing all that's probably nightmarish on a good pair of monitors. On a good pair of monitors. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. That's the song Ole Ole. Oh, my bones! I have to adjust my pants. Like an old man. That's right. I'm an old man. I'm an old man and I do old man things. I think really the only thing I see myself being in these scenarios, nope, is I want to level this one up so I can put a suppressor on there. It so far is a pretty bad one. I see why they gave that one a badass skin, because I don't anticipate anybody using that weapon. Nope, Spec Ops. So it's like the stealthy, you know, I don't know, kind of stealthy. Stealth adjacent. Either way, you don't make noise when you're crouching and shit. It's decent. It's decent. It has its uses. Okay, buddy. Oh, I didn't even see that dude. Not even. I didn't begin. Oh! I promised myself. Just kind of hoping I keep him under fire. I wasn't really trying to kill, because I don't think I can do it from that way. Oh, that distance. That long away. Ah! Couple of shots to take him off balance. Like there was any strategy to that. You know, I shot a couple shots to take him off balance, and then you lay into him. You know. Whoa, buddy. He's there. He was there. Damn it. He was right. He was there. I saw him right as he was killing me. They're trying to hide like weasels. They're hiding like little... Oh, God! He shoot me through... Well, I was going to say, did he just shoot me through some cardboard boxes? How dare he? But that totally makes sense. No. No. The guy on the other side got me? Are people just, like, hanging out in the back? Sniping? I mean, I don't blame them. But I've made a pledge to myself to do some, you know, running and gunning. Son of a bitch. Thought that little, damn it! I thought that little piece of, debris was, bad guys. Stop shooting me in the face! No, come on. I hit him in the face. That was like super mine. Super my kill. Ay, ay, ay. You bastards. No! At least I got it. I got one. I can be okay with that. An even trade. Oh, that's not going to be an even trade, though. No! I just keep walking right into their line of fire. No! They're goddamn everywhere! Use the actual thing use the help that I'm giving. Use my tools. Nice, he just kind of like crawled into the line of fire there. Pretty, you know, I mean, I'd like to say I made it happen. I don't think I have any way to substantiate that. What? Well, he just walked up right behind me. You know, that's normal for players that are actually good. I remain flabbergasted because, you know, it's a mystery to me. How the hell? How did you do that? Damn it! You a master of the mystic arts or some shit? Blow up! Blow up and kill the guy! Blow up and kill him! That should have been a kill. Come on. Oh, way too open. Way too open. Come on. What am I doing? This ain't Call of Duties, okay? No! No! Don't! I've only just had moments to live. No! I'm just putting myself in these really bad positions. I'm doing it to myself. I'm like fully acknowledging that. That's not a face. That's a face. Oh, are we flipping? Are we flipping? Oh, get that boy! I don't like the noise of that. Like, it's scary by itself. No! He's up there! I mean, come on. It was right there. You could have done something about it. No! I was going to try and throw a couple of C4s over there, but they took care of me for me. I'm not surprised. Not surprised we got defeated. That is unsurprising. Let's hope I can help turn the tide in the next one. We're going to turn the tide. Whatever that means. I don't really know, but you know. You don't have to know anything about anything to know something about some things. I'm pretty sure that's not correct. But you know what? We'll leave that for the experts. Oh, I gotta change, we'll turn this off. Don't you text me. Wife. Wife. And then we'll just put the music on here. So that way we're not just, you know. We're not doing things crazy here. Alright? We want to do things normal, not crazy. Normal, not crazy. But there, I guess there's no music when you first turn it on. So this is a tiny bit awkward, you know. It's just a little awkward. See, we're good. See, we're back. We're back to it. It's good. It's fine. It's good. Oh, I didn't want to delete this, but I have to use the browser. The same thing. I think it'll save in a draft, I guess. Probably. I think that worked. And now I don't remember what I wanted to do. God damn it! It was the YouTube thing. I gotta go to YouTube Studio and make sure that the category that I have my live stream in is correct, because I changed it in Twitch, but I don't know if I changed it in the YouTube Studio thingy mabobber. I did two things at once. Congratulate me. That never happens. God damn it. All right, let me change the thing. And then, got those hashtags done, and then I don't want it to kick me. I'm running in. Not through the fire. Not the no. Don't do it. Guy. He saw me before I saw him. Isn't that where he went? Was that? Is he? Is there just a dude standing up there? Somebody, for a second I thought somebody was stupid enough to have done that. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Just in case. They might throw themselves on it. If they do, I'll get them. They destroyed my C4 before I could kill them. That's very mean. In that you shouldn't do that because it's mean. Don't be mean. Come on now. Bloop. We did it. Congratulations to us. All right, now I got to change this. Entertainment. I didn't even have it in the right thing at all. Oh dear God. All right, we're good. We're back in the place we once were. And now away with ye. We did it. I win. We win. I win. Everybody wins. It's a joint win. Woo! No, I didn't mean to get launched this far. Damn it! I was hoping the smoke was obscuring me enough to be able to jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down! Jump! Place it with my own. Piece of shit. Weep, 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 weep. Fire! Fire! No! Did I do a flip? What happened? What happened to my character? I think I flipped. I think I did a flip. I don't know. He's a bit of an acrobat in his early life. You know, he really values acrobatics. I couldn't come up with anything funny there. Really values acrobatics. What? What happened? Let's play some Battlefield. I think I blacked out there for a second. No! Damn it, I was gonna try and throw C4 in there. No, you're screwing up my fun! Come get me, come get... Aw. Nope, I didn't want to change the... Maybe it'll help to have a little extra bing bang boom on the on this side of things here, huh? Little bing bang boom, little bing. Oh, whoop. Keep forgetting that it just kind of auto. All right, I did a little bit of a popcorn in there. Bunch of stuff got kersplatted, so I feel good about that. Did a little bit of bing bam boom boozle? Bing bam boo bit? No, brain not working. You know? Right? No! I was fast enough, you son of a... How dare you? Come on, spawn me in, coach. And then, you know, maybe a lucky shot there. Who knows? Not even close. Not even close to the place that I was trying to get close to. So. No, don't see me. Okay, maybe a sniper might help at this particular juncture. Entirely possible. Take me, you beastly man. Take me to the destination, to our destination. Take Take me! I'm horizoning. Very interesting tactic on my part. Oh, I bet! He saw me before I saw him. What were you using? Did he have a... Is there... Did I just not notice the glint? What was... you bastard! Spawned me on fire. Where was that man? Ah. No. No. No thank you. I will abstain. I abstain. I don't consent. Please. Supposed to bring people with you. Okay. You know, can't please everybody. Oh, fires. Okay. Come on. Whiz right over his head. Whiz. Oh. Now that was a fun little sound. This is almost like fishing, you know? Got a bit of the same sort of energy to it. Where are the bad guys hiding? Where are they hanging out? I'm trying to use my eagle eye. It's my eagle eye. That's how I use that. Using the eagle eye. Get it? Because when you're stoned, your eyes are like they're forced shut. You know, it's kind of get that dry eye. You know, gotta get those dry eye drops. Gotta get those dry eye drops. I don't know what the fuck what kind of character I was trying to play there. You know, sometimes it's, people are just, weird. Please, please. I see you. I heard you. I see you and hear you. And stay away. I hear you and see you and stay away from you. There you go. Go get him. Go get him, Haas. No, he's back. He's still here. He's, damn it. Oh, yes! Thank you, kind soldier. I didn't have time to thank you, but thank you, kind soldier. I'll give you a blowy in the mess tent later. I don't have to do that. Oh, God! I don't have to do that because he's probably gonna die. Or I am. Just in case. Don't sneak up on me. Where were you killing me from? you killing me from? Could have been this far back. Assuredly not. Assuredly. That was way. Oh! God damn you. There was a guy skulking around up there. Son of a bee sting. I also forgot to switch back to sniper. Well, I wish I had the thing, the dart thing. Dart thing. Dart thing. Oh. I see somebody down there? Ita! I didn't just say a random noise, that's my dog's name. Oh, we lost 46 soldiers. We'll remember him. I'll remember everyone by name. There's Tony. There's Little Joe. There's Mike. There's other Mike. There's third Mike. There's Mikey. There's Mikey's grandson. That's not his actual title. That's just the name we knew him by. There's Mikey Three Balls. There's Mikey Three Toes. There's Johnny Three Balls. There's Eddie Three Balls. There's a lot of three-balled guys in the group. There's Tony Extra Ball. He doesn't like the title Three Ball because it makes him feel like he's just kind of part of the crowd, but it's essentially the same thing. God damn! At least I was able to finish the dive into the interior of the house. Oh! There you go. Couldn't throw the bullet any further, as much as I wanted to. Ah, headshot with the Colt. Alright, come on! I can do it! Come on, you son of a bitch! There we go, Jesus. I killed myself. Whoops. I was trying to put down my C4 or my you know what it's called. I can't speak. Have they just given up? What's happening? That's it? They gave up? What was that? I feel like they just stopped fighting at some point. Is it that bad out there in the streets? Probably is. What is that sound? Is that it? Huh. Something glass. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. There you go. Move on, you son of a bitch! Puppas. Puppas. And pickles. Puppas and pickles. It's cold in here. Why is it cold in here? I might have left the back door open. That could be it. There's a very good chance that that's it. But that's okay. I'm okay with it. So I'm trying to work towards the suppressor because I really love the SV98. It is probably my favorite snipey snipes. I don't know why. But I do have a suppressor on the ESR ready to go. You know, it's tough. It's tough to choose. Is this sort of the MP5 analog? Or the... Well, that bridge doesn't look like it's doing too well. Whoa! Trying to put out the fire. Y'all kinds of bastards. I'm gonna blow up that truck. I don't think I did it. Did I? Did I blow it up? It did. It did blow up. I blew it up. I blew up a truck. Congratulate me. I like blowing stuff up. Trucks. Oh, God. Trucks included. So it's your duty to congratulate me for enjoying blowing up trucks, because, you know, because otherwise... Oh, God. No, back away. Don't do it. Let me go. I fought a good fight. I kind of ran in to die, but, you know, that's, I guess... I'm providing a bit of a distraction from the people who are skilled shooters. There you go. That works, right? Counts, I think. Counts for something. That counts for something. No, that's not a... Oh. What the hell was that? I forgot I still have sniper on. Good place for a ladder. I like it. Ay, ay, ay. Switching back to sniper on the next death. Hey! Oh, also, I don't have the reduced noise from Spec Ops right now, so I... Careful on that one. I'm just gonna... do. Nobody sees me. Nobody knows I'm here. Hey! Nope. No, 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 no. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. You son of a... You son of a... Whoa, you son of a... That son of a... Get it? Because you're just repeating yourself, and that's what's funny about it. That is why it is a yoke that I am telling. Oh! Thank you, but I definitely should have not needed that in the first place. I took a little pot shot on him. That's good enough, you know. And then I died again, and you know what? Fine. Whatever. Take my life. Take it all. Oh. Pain. Ah! No, I'm gonna die again. Yep. What? How? Tell me how. Because obviously my head was poking up. But how? How in the world? How indeed, good sir? Oh, he's just right out of that doorway right there. Man, I am rusty. Rusty old big chops. Rusty old big chops, big top. Rusty old big top, big chops, sideburns. Rusty old sideburns. There you go. Rusty old sideburns. That's my name. That's how they know me. Big old sideburn. You know what? Why not? You know? Why not? Yeah. No, that's arguably worse, right? Eh. For less points, right? Why not blind people, you know? If I have the opportunity to do it, might as well. Blind someone today. That should be people's mantras. Blind a person. Blind someone you dislike. Today. You move on? Nope. Wasn't made to be jumped from. Not the best place for acrobatics, I see. That's okay. That's alright. Is that piano music? Whoop! Calm down. Aw, come on. Come on. Let me go into their spawn. Okay, I didn't want to get that deep into their spawn, you know. Maybe I did, you know, maybe I did. Hey. Teehee. Double kill for you. Ah, come on, get that button. I was like, I heard someone. Making pickles the right way requires water. Water and patience. Make sure you're putting water in a pickle. Pickles of patience. They're the right kind of pickle for you. Pickles. No! What is that machine? Submachine gun. Looks futuristic. Nope. Nope. That one. It's pretty cool looking. Still like the MP9, 10 design. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of the other ones have it beat yet. Nope. I panic fired. I got overzealous. I wanted to get him. No! Son of a bitch! We can get back to it. We can do it. God damn. I got the phlegm. The phlegm attack. Yo, okay. Help. Help.
Need a medic.
Help. 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 Oh. No? Help. Okay. Okay. I need to find a better place to bind that, because it is not very convenient on number 6. Ah, come on. Ay, ay, ay. What the hell? Fire City. Hello? Hello?
Need a medic.
Hello? Medic? Dusty? Dusty Gazongas? Okay. No help. Old Dusty.
Charge set. Stand by.
Ugh. Ah, come on, damn it. I was being not stealthy enough, you know. They didn't like that I shot their friend. He tried to knife me though. Like, what am I supposed to do? He tried to knife me. Am I supposed to just let that happen? I knew that was gonna happen. And I let myself trust again. But you know what they say, if you let yourself trust again, you're bound to get mussed again. It's good I just came up with that. Did he just go inside with that thing? Where is it? Did he... Where the fuck is it? Am I just hearing... nothing? Am I just hearing bullshit right now? It sounds like the fucking drone. It sounds like I hear the drone. I didn't have any bullets in that gun. You usually want bullets in your gun. I don't know if this is a game spoiler, but you want bullets in your gun because if you don't have them, you can't use them to kill people, and that's like your main source of damage, you know. That's what you want is your bullets to kill people. So like that in general, you know. In general. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. You know? I'm just saying. You know? She. Did you like that? I thought it was funny. Ahaha. 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 Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't approve. Don't kill me. No killing me. Killing me is disallowed. You'll find that it is very much frowned upon. Owie! Okay, well. I guess you didn't get the memo. Alright. Very mean. Very mean. Very rude. Rude and mean. Rude and mean, and you know, I didn't like being the subject of being rude and meanness. Of all that rudeness and meanness. Mayhaps, no, mayhaps we will not have the big flashlight on right now. Mayhaps. Just mayhaps, you know? Just for mayhaps right now. You know, just for mayhaps. Especially if the rumor is still true that, there's no glint. Staying stealthy might be the way to go. I don't know. You know? I don't know. Mayhaps. Again, yet. Mayhaps. Again, yet. Right? Ow. Broke my ankle. It's fine. Hobble into the rest of my friends here. Sometimes you break your ankle. I'm hungry for pizza. Hungry for pizza. I'm hungry for pizza. Wish I had pizza in my brains. Pizza in my brains. Pizza, pizza in my brains. I don't know. I didn't have anything else for that. I got pizza in my brains. Pizza in my brains. Yeah. Yep. Pizza. Domination. Am I within the range? You know what I mean? Like, is that the range? Is this within the range of my dummies? You're such a dummy. But like they take that as a compliment, you know. You're such a dummy. But you're my dummy. Dummy. Do you not have snipers on your team? No, you've got a team of actual smart players? Okay, well. I commend ye. Quite respectable. Your teammates care about strategy. How did I miss that one? Strategery. It's okay. Nobody saw that. It's fine. You know. Okay. Don't lock in on me, buddy. I didn't do anything to you. Was that just a lens flare? Was that a glint? It looked like a glint. Looked like somebody had me in their sweet spot. No, it wasn't. No? I'm in counter snipe mode. I'll get them if they need me. If they needs me to. I'll try to get them. Oh, like I've got panicked, but I got screwed. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Just teammates, and I'm like freaking out. Like way oversensitive to stimuli. Stimuli. Oh, there's so much stimuli happening right now. I don't know these characters that I'm adopting. You just go into the semi-truck? How are you gonna get out of there, buddy? I guess that's how. Casual explosions. No one's gonna notice me if I'm very, very still. Nobody's gonna even think to look up here. Nobody will know. I'm not being very still right now, though. Shh. I wasn't even prone. My beat. My beat. Whoop! My buddy just got gunned down. I'm supposed to be better than that. I took revenge on you, my friends. I took revenge. I can try to take pre-revenge. If I can see him. But we won't know. We'll have to show his face. No, 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 I don't approve. I don't approve of that. Was that from up in altitude? In topography? Oh, he was creeping around in there. I wanted to give him his uppance. Wanted to give him his uppance. His sweet, sweet uppance. Shitty bones. I was hoping he would get into the line of fire at that point, but he didn't. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I love that he's just like right there in the... Don't creep up on me. He was just like chilling in the... Oh, you are so lucky there was that piece of wood there. Get fired. You're fired. Is, I guess, what I should have said. You're fired. He's dead. You're fired. You're not, I'm fired. Aww. Bebop, palibada badu bebop, shubidi bop, beep bop bop badu bady bado boo wee bop bop. It's an intense song, and it's from Battlefield, and it's a battlefield time, and we're gonna eat some Battlefield, gonna poop on Battlefield, gonna eat some Battlefield. Oh, you saw my leggy legs. You saw my legs. No! Please leave me alone. Son of a bitch. Ba-dum-bum, wow. Wow. There's two less than Kevin's? All right. Whatever. See, I said that I was rusty. We're going to have to knock the dust off. We're going to have to keep knocking that dust off, all right? Ow, ow. We might start again with fishing again tomorrow. But yeah, for now it's later. It's a later. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Shma bye.